Hello. It's the hands again, and that's because we're going to be doing a small unboxing, which is all it's very exciting for me. I don't know how exciting it is for you, but I figured if I've got something card game related in the post, we might as well open it on stream, right? Because we have the ability to do so. Why not? You can experience second-hand excitement, I suppose, as I'm excited at the very least. But hello everyone. Today we are going to be doing a little bit of an opening. Once we've done that, we'll be looking into the Duel Links leaks and talking about the new skills, what we think about them, what we could potentially do with them. And then we will be hopping back into the Shadowverse, where we will be playing, opening some packs, maybe doing our first ranked games and seeing how that goes. Because we haven't actually stepped into rank yet. A big reason for that is we haven't got a deck I'm happy with. Like, obviously, barely anyone's actually finished a deck yet, right? But a lot of people have decks that are like, oh, we've got enough of the legends that the deck kind of does what it's meant to do. Some of the decks, this is easier to do than others. Our pulls have not been fantastic, if we're being completely honest. But. Let's start out. Let's start out with, I guess we'll just talk to everyone. We'll talk to everyone in chat. We'll see who is about. We have Hidden Bonkai. Hello. Yo, boys and vegetable. We have Dragson in the chat. I ride Red Eyes. Black Dragon. New High-Tech Dragons deck that seems super broken with their skill. Hopefully, the new box is Royal Rebel, High-Tech Dragons, Baseball, and Chemicalized. I would not expect anything to be relevant in the box that doesn't have a skill. So I would not expect Royal Rebels or Chemicalize. It's very unlikely we'll get anything for either of those, but you never know, right? There might be like a low rarity archetype in the box. Like SR is going to be like their boss that just won't have a skill. They've done that a few times, but like that's probably the best we're going to get with like non-skill decks. New stuff looks like we're pretty good. Too bad I spent all my gems building dinos for speed. Still need 2 misc. I mean, unfortunately, it's one of those things as well where I feel like the longer we go, unless we get like a new dino skill or like a new dino wave, which there isn't much less to give us, like Scrap Raptor is pretty good for dinos. It's more like non-dinosaur cards is what we need now. It's just going to get kind of worse and worse, which feels kind of bad. But I personally still really like dinosaurs. Hi chat, surely join tech soon. Hello, and that's hello CZ, and hello a human Portuguese dub fan. Welcome. Join Tech is a deck that I've always really liked the idea of. I think mechanical dinosaurs is awesome. I think the idea and the theme behind it is really cool. The issue is the cards have always been a bit mid. Now, they have been somewhat playable at times, but I think so far we've sort of been releasing them in the order that they released in the OCG, which means they're just going to fall into the exact same traps as OCG, and none of their skills look busted. So it's like, we're playing Duel Links, right? You have a chance to give us all of these cards early. We have fusions now, which means you could give us Joint Tech Hero and the Joint Tech Fighter Fusion. You could give us both of those, but they still haven't done that. Now, they might do that with this box, and that's what I'm super coping on. I'm super coping Joint Tech Hero and the Joint Tech Hero Fusion are both going to be in this box. I don't know how likely it is because they're not mentioned in the skill, but I want to believe. What else we got? Surely Joint Tech next, right? I mean, damn, I made it in time. Hello, Corey. Welcome. Are we really not getting the Joint Tech Fusions just because of Power Bond? Power Bond is a really good card, especially since I think one of the Joint Tech Fusions used, I think just naturally it's piercing. I'd have to look that up to be 100% sure, but it's really good, and 6,000 life points, and then presumably having a skill that makes it even easier to do, makes it really... I mean, Eternal Galactic Oblivion. We all knew Eternal Galactic Oblivion was going to be a problem. And then, bam, it came out. It's a problem. Who could have seen this? Who could have foreseen this turn of events? Looking at the skills, it's so far Baseball, Joint Tech, High Dragons, exactly. We've got Luis Fernando in the chat. Hello. The only thing good in the box is High Tech Dragons, most likely. Now, we can still cope. We can cope. High Tech seems to be the obvious good deck, though. We have Hikari in the chat. Hello, Hikari. And we will go ahead and I have to stretch to reach my keyboard here. Exclamation mark Hikari. Give Hikari the little shout out. Hikari has been going absolutely ham on Shadowverse, which we are absolutely on board with. Absolutely on board with that. I'm still coping for Noodles. Hello, Shari. Noodles are cool. I mean, Noodles are sort of seeing a little bit of play. Noodles did make top 8 yesterday. Well, we say noodles. It was the new Pyro deck with noodles in it. But that's kind of noodles, right? We take that. We take that. Noodle coping. I was hoping the older leaks are true, but apparently not. So no Royal Rebels and Sidra. I mean, there is a slim chance you get something like that. But it could also just be coming out later, right? That could also just be a thing. Not the hand. Hands! Udius is dead. Utopia and Joy are here. I hope its Rush counterpart is fun. It will probably be fun. But fun doesn't necessarily mean good. You can have a fun deck that's crap. Like Ride Across was a really, really fun deck when it came out. The deck was awful, right? I hope that it is at least playable. Let's put it that way. You could definitely use them. Just give them a good skill. Join Tech, Ace, Rex, when. I know it came out very recently. I mean, they could. It might be completely wrong, but I think High Tech could be the best deck. I think out of all of the decks, it has the highest potential. I think it's hard to predict until we see what we're getting, because we don't necessarily know everything we're getting yet. Now, we know like a handful of cards because I mentioned in the skill, but if we get a lot of their good shit, it could be really, really busted. If not, it could not be, right? Woo, tomato, hi, hello, Milanesso. I don't know. I know that you stream, Milanesso, on YouTube. I don't know if you stream on Twitch. I legit do not know, because either way, you always stream at like 1 AM for me. So like, it's just not feasible for me to watch your streams. But I know that you stream on YouTube, because I get pinged about it. I don't know if you stream on Twitch. I'm actually very curious about that. And hello, Promanicist. Welcome. So, first things first, what we're going to do is we're going to get out... we're going to get out the box. So this is my box. It's a big box. We have a very large box here. It's full of goodies. I think it's actually not that full of goodies. I think it's just literally... like, they gave me just a massive box because they could. So we're going to go ahead and open this up. This is what I want to do first. This is my toys. My new cool stuff. I don't know if you can hear me opening the box, but it's not a particularly satisfying noise. Okay. Quickly get this open. Maybe I should have, like, actually, like, opened this off stream and then just, like, physically opened it. Maybe that would have been easier, but we've made our bed now, so we're going to lie in it. Okay. The box is slowly opening. Tomato, we need to speak about Vanguard news. What Vanguard news is there? Like, is there much Vanguard news? Alright, the box is officially open. Oh, and it's full of brown paper. Why is there so much brown paper? Alright, we'll get rid of the brown paper quick. Yeah. Haha, now we have a box full of goodies. Look at that. Look at that. There's all sorts of goodies in here. So first up, we'll get to, like, some of the okay stuff first. So we have, first, we have a Magic the Gathering Final Fantasy starter kit featuring a Sephiroth and a Cloud deck. Very excited for this. People know that we did a Magic the Gathering draft on stream the other day. We also showed off some of the cards we got because we actually went to a physical event as well. This is our brand new card that we got as well. We can show this on stream. Good old Vincent Valentine, who looks so pretty. Such a pretty Vincent Valentine. He doesn't want to be in focus. I think it's because my hand is here, maybe. Come on, we can do this. We can do this, camera. We have the technology. He's not feeling it. It really wants to focus on, like, the anime characters' faces in the background. But this is our first cool thing. What's all this from? This a gift? No, this is just stuff that we pre-ordered ages and ages and ages ago. And it was before all the price gouging as well, so we actually got this at, like, standard rate. Oh, look at that. We got deck box. Oh, we got sleeves. You know, anyone that's played physical card games knows you can't go wrong with a deck box and sleeves. But not only that, we also got more sleeves. We have so many sleeves. Good old sleeves. We all need all of the goodies. And then, last but not least, the exciting part. We have our Final Fantasy VII Commander deck Limit Break. And this has been price gouged by scalpers, which is very annoying. But inside, there is an actual booster pack. It's a bit of a weird pack because it only includes like very specific cards. It's only got 2 cards in it. But those 2 cards can be of a like very special like full art rare. So we're going to open that now. I'm going to see what we get. So we have a little deck box that it comes with. Like this. And here we have our little sleeve. Okay. So get rid of all the guff first. We don't need all the guff. But here we have our actual deck. So this is a commander deck, which means it's 100 cards. And there is a hell of a lot in here. And there's obviously a pile of tokens at the back as well. That's why they look a bit funny at the back. Don't need any of this. And then this is our super special awesome booster pack. So here we have our collection booster pack. So this should have 2 cards in it, and we're hoping to get something really cool. Like a cloud would obviously be amazing, because it'll be like a full art cloud. That's probably like the biggest chase card we could get. Other than that, pretty much anything should be good. Obviously, the more like well known it is, the better it's going to be, right? But let's see what we get. So we have 2 cards, and we have this, which is just a nothing card. So these are our 2 cards. So again, we are hoping something good. Let's see what we get. So first card. So here we have Umaro Raging Yeti. This is from the Final Fantasy VI Commander deck. This is not that exciting, unfortunately. This one's a little bit of a dud. The card itself isn't, like, awful. But this isn't going to be, like, anything super crazy. Alright, last chance to get something really good. Last chance. Let's see what it is. Ooh, that's not good. So this is Helitrooper. So unfortunately, again, this is an FF7 card. So this is technically just an upgrade to one of the cards in our deck. But this is just a regular ass enemy. It's not particularly exciting, which is a little bit boring. It's a little bit boring. But that is that. That is it for our opening, right? We've gotten some cool stuff. We've got a commander deck. We've got all of our sleeves and guff, and we also got our starter set, which we're quite happy with. So that's all of the like cool opening stuff that I had to do. Now, again, I know for a lot of you, you're going to be like, why are we bothering with this? I'm like, I'm just having fun opening my stuff on stream, okay? All right, but now, we will be getting into the Duel Links stuff. So first things first, we will head over to, I guess we'll go over to chatting for now. We will get rid of the camera for now. That'll make my life easier. And we will go ahead and start talking about the leaks whilst I reset up my desk so it's actually suitable for streaming. We'll see how long that takes us. But I'm still very happy with everything I got. And I'm very excited for this new box. The new leaks that we've got do look very, very exciting. And fingers crossed, it actually does kind of spice up the meta a bit. I'm not sure if it will, but we will have to wait and see. So, look, I'm back. We can have the border back on as well. So, with that, Tomato Toy Review, UU is back, and we got the new trailer for next season. I haven't actually seen that trailer yet. I have not seen that trailer. This reminds me, I'm going to need to invest some Blangmire Nexus cards. I mean, Blangmire is a really cool guy. I think Blangmire is a really cool deck in general. But we are going to head over and take a look at these leaks. So, I guess the first thing we should probably cover is this. We did today get a card trader update. So, Tornado Dragon. This card has seen a decent amount of play across, like, I guess just like most formats, like in Master Duel, I had this in my deck for a bit. So like this is a really cool card and it's very generic, right? Any 2 level 4s you can pop back row. Is it going to see play in every single deck? I don't know about that. But any deck that can easily make a rank 4 and has a little bit of room might see play. This is like super generic and really good. Then we have Dynamite. So Dynamite, this is one of the cards that was actually part of the leak, and he was leaked as an SR. So there is that. During the turn, you normal summon this card, inflict 300 damage to your opponent. So his stats are actually not bad as well. So there is a world in which people actually do run this card, along with like potentially Nitro Dog, and then you just play this like really tiny burn pile and try and like kill your opponent with that. So like there is a chance that actually does happen. Free Tornado Dragon. Oh, we actually need to change. Why is that not back on? Or is it back on? It's just not working very well. There we go. That's how we like it. Free Tornado Dragon, the GOAT. Free Tornado Dragon is crazy. This could have easily been slapped into a selection box. I think the thing is, it's sort of like Nightmare Phoenix, but like worse in some ways, because Nightmare Phoenix is great because it's a link monster, which means you can make it with just about anything. A lot of the time, just linking stuff together will cause things to trigger or activate skills or do stuff, right? Tornado Dragon is an XEs, which means it's easier to go into if you really can spam out 4s, right? So that's potentially good. Ah, there's the ads as well. Right, we'll let these ads go away, and then we'll continue with this. But, like, Tornado Dragon isn't... It's not just, like, an auto-include in every deck. Especially if you have... Or if you're struggling for room, then it becomes a little bit awkward. Outside of that, it's not too bad. It's not too bad. But yeah, Dynamite is an interesting card. I don't... It's a weird one. I don't know how much play this would actually see. Because, like, it's still such a small amount of damage, and the games are so quick in Rush right now. Could the Evo Clown deck use it, I guess? Or the Exo Clown deck? I mean, basically, like, anything that can go rank 4, but, like, has room. So, like, maybe you would see this see play in... God, what's the stick chair deck? Star Seraph. Like, maybe you see this could see play in Star Seraph. I don't think that locks you into anything. I assume you talked about the skills. No, we have not gotten to the skills yet, this movie. We've only just started. They gave Utopia another end board piece other than Dweller. I mean, Tornado Dragon... So it is a quick effect, but how relevant is it being a quick effect most of the time? How often is your opponent playing, like, continuous spells, I guess? Because, like, yeah, you could pop your opponent's trap cards, right? But for the most part, that doesn't matter as much. I mean, maybe it does. Maybe I'm just reading the meta a little bit weirdly. In my mind, I feel like if your opponent doesn't just kill you, then they're probably just going to be dead on the following turn anyway. Ancient Gear does use continuous spells. You're not wrong. You're not wrong. So this could be really good into Ancient Gear. Alright. So now, let's talk. Let's talk about leaks, shall we? So first off, huge shout out to Piper once again for data mining all of these amazing leaks. She has been a little bit under the weather, so, you know, our hearts go out to Piper, who does so much work for the community and gets us this snippets of information that we get to spend an hour going over and extrapolating information from and going over. Because think about it, right? My streams would be a lot less interesting and there'd be a lot less YouTube content to make without Piper. So Piper is actually very, very integral to at least me as a content creator. You can pop the Fiendish Chain from the RDA skill. That's also a good shout. Remember my build for Vulcan? The whole build revolves around Burning Sea Dragon, Candy Stuff, Pyro Stuff plus Vulcan, so yeah, the SR will be useful for me. I mean, yeah, but is it going to improve that deck by much, I guess is the next question. Please don't actually spend an hour going over this. I mean, we could spend an hour just on the Gusto skill. Like, we could easily do that, because we can talk about, like, Gusto through history, we can talk about the potential cards we haven't got yet. But yeah, we have this Gusto skill. So we're going to go over the speed stuff quick first, because I know that most people are here for the rush, but we'll go over the speed stuff. You can only use this skill's second and third effects once per duel. During your turn, you cannot normal or special summon monsters, excluding special summons from the extra deck, except Gusto monsters and or Wind Tuners. Okay. Reveal one Gusto monster in your hand and send one card from your hand to the graveyard. Then add up to 2 Gusto or Wind Tuners from your deck to your hand. If you control a face-up Die Gusto freeze, or if your opponent activated a card or effect this turn, set a Gusto monster from your deck. Its battle position can be changed. So, if we get freeze, or if we are going... I guess if our opponent has activated a card or effect this turn, so if they've like interacted with us, we get a free extension. So that's pretty cool, just a free +1. We have to discard a card to use the second part of the effect, but we do get to add 2, so this is a +1 as well. So this skill effectively is like a +2, which is kind of nice. It also gives you a bunch of searching, which is also really good, right? We get to just special summon any Gusto. We get to add any 2 Gustos or Wind Tuners, which is really strong, really strong. Gusto is a weird deck where the whole like gimmick of the deck is they float into each other, which makes them really, really strong in like limited and slower formats. I don't know how good they're going to be in Duel Links. Obviously, there's already a bunch of Gusto stuff in Duel Links, right? But like, does this skill suddenly give them like a really strong end board? It will depend on if we get the rest of the Gusto pieces, I think. And even then, the Gusto cards aren't like crazy. They got like one really good extra deck monster, I think. Like, I mean, don't get me wrong, some of their extra deck cards are really strong, but maybe not this one. But going on to the next stuff. So we had this. We already knew about this stuff, right? So this was the Utopia skill. We're not going to touch on this. We already talked about this before. This was the Yuka skill. I do want to talk a little bit about this Yuka skill, though, because this is seemingly the quote-unquote good Yuka skill. So it can be activated from turn 2 onwards if all of the monsters in your construction deck are fire, dragon, / warriors, which I don't think we can abuse this very much. Like, the best you'd get is, like, Phoenix Dragon, but that's limit 1, so we're not going to be playing it anyway, because limit 1 is now the danger zone. So, at a stretch, you could play Volcano Dragon and Secret Order in this deck, right? And then because, I don't know, there's nothing else really to do with it. That's kind of it. And I don't think that's worth doing. But then we have effect. Reveal one monster with 2000 defense or 1 Feather Spirit Stadium in your hand and up to 2 player 39 home run hitter, Feather Spirit Stadium or normal monsters from your deck to your hand. Then send up to 2 cards. Send up to 2 cards from your hand to the graveyard. So, right. Does anyone know how this exactly works? So it says send up to 2 cards from your hand to the graveyard. Because it says send up to 2, does that mean you have to discard at least 1? Or can you send 0? Because there's a big difference as to whether this is a... You can send 0 or you have to send 1. Now, obviously, sending 2 makes sense in some situations because you want to set up the board for your big dragon play, right? But if we can send 0 with this, effectively, we reveal a card and then we +2. You have to send 1. Okay, okay. So this is still technically a plus, right? So we reveal a card, we add 2, we discard 1, we have a plus. Now, again, like we say, sometimes you want to discard 2, but sending 1 is probably going to be better most of the time because we get to keep value, right? I think the Yuka skill is really cool. The issue I see with this skill is you can use this skill to grab home run hitter to your hand. That's fine. You have, I think, 2 different monsters that can summon this card 1 cheaper. So getting this out is only really going to be a -1, right? Like, you lose the 1 guy that you've got out. Searching Stadium is fine, but it's not anything incredible. The main issue is we need Stadium to use a lot of our other skills. So that's kind of the issue it has with it. Yeah, because it doesn't say, and then you can. It just says send up to 2. There we go. Also, hello, Shui. We should exclamation mark Shui here. That's not Shui. That's at Shui. There we go. The Gusto skill will just be used as a trigger for condition. I'm already pondering on which tuners can use. Wind Witches are on top of it, and you Stardust Generic in engine tuners, so that could be for used as well. Okay, okay. But the way I look at this is, it's a +1, which then, if we do send 2 cards, and only if we send both, we can make our Wimp Skip Piercing. Now, the biggest our Wimps are going to get if we have the field spell out, is 19. So 219 pierces isn't awful. That's not actually terrible. The issue is, if we want to use this skill, like, kind of as intended, quote-unquote, we're going to have to use it with our dragon. So first off, we have Home Run Hitter. This card's a bit of an interesting one, right? If you have a face at Feather Spirit Stadium on the field, send 2 level 4 fire attribute monsters from your field to the graveyard. It gains 2,500 attacks, so it goes to 5,000, but you can only attack with this card. So because you can only attack with this card if we use its skill, or its effect, that means getting the piercing on normal monsters is irrelevant. So if we want to use Home Run Hitter's effect, the piercing doesn't matter. Feather Spirit Stadium is nice because it boosts our attack by 400, but in the mirror match, or if you're against like Chemicalize, this could actually be a bit of a detriment. So it's awkward, very awkward. And don't forget, we need the stadium on the field just to use this effect anyway. Then we have Grand Slam Dragon. So this is like the key combo piece, right? Shuffle 3 fire attribute monsters from your graveyard into the deck. Special summon a Home Run Hitter from your graveyard, which obviously we can send to the graveyard using the skill. Then this card gains 2,000 attack. So in the best case scenario, you'll reveal this to your opponent, search 2 cards, send Home Run Hitter to the graveyard, activate this effect, shuffle 3 monsters back, bring back Home Run Hitter. This goes up to 4,000. We have a 25, we have a 4,000. If we sent 2 cards, we could also have a maximum 1,900 piercer. So if we quickly just go and take a look at the Fire Warriors, because I'm pretty sure there's 2 of them which can give a discount, but I want to work out the exact wording. So one of them is this one. If you have Stadium on the field, pay 500 life points. 2 tributes to the tribute summon of a fire attribute monster in attack position. So that will work with Dragon. And then the other one is this one. Fire attribute normal monster for the graveyard. This just lets you get back an extra body. So both of these will let you summon out Dragon with a discount effectively. So we need the 1 tribute fodder. We need the Grand Slam Dragon in hand. So that's 2 cards that we need to have in hand. Activate the skill. Have both. Then we need to search Utopia plus probably the field spell if we don't already have it. Then we send Utopia and another card from our hand to the graveyard. So that's now the 3rd card gone from the hand. We then summon the effect monster that we can get out cheaper. Activate our equip spell as well, because it would be +1 effectively. Tribute, summon out Grand Slam. Grand Slam effect. Assuming, again, our graveyard is already set up with all these cards. Summon back the Home Run Hitter. We get a 4,000, a 25, and a 19 pierce. Well, it's even higher than that, isn't it? It's 29, a 4,400, and a 19 pierce. Like, that's not, like, awful. But it's also not incredible, right? Hello, Ursus. Welcome, welcome. This would be a good box to add Ancient Arrived Dragon to as filler. Yes, I think that actually would be really cool. I don't know if you'd play it, though, is the issue with it, right? Like, if we go and just take a look at Ancient Arrive. So this is Ancient Arrive. Send 1 card from your hand to the graveyard, up to 2 face-up monsters on the field, lose 400 attack at the end of the turn, then you can special summon a Clear and Burning Blaze. So it is a fire dragon, but you wouldn't be able to play this with the skill, really. I guess you could play it just to bring back Burning Blaze if you wanted to, but like in terms of using it with this skill, it's not really much point. But yeah, it could be a box filler. Definitely could be. So overall, I think this skill is a little bit on the weak side. I think this, realistically, I don't see it working out super well unless your opponent like plays into it. Like if your opponent just leaves a bunch of wimps in attack position, sure, you can just OTK them, right? You can just absolutely destroy them. I'm trying to think how many cards you actually need to actually make this play work. So you need 1, 2. You're going to search the others. You need the graveyard set up. But effectively, you only need 2 cards from your hand. I suppose you're going to need at least a normal monster or a field spell as well. And then theoretically, with 3 cards from your hand, you can do that whole combo. Oh, I guess you'd need another card. In order, if you want to go for the double discard, you'd need that extra as well. So it's sort of a 4-card combo if you want the piercing. If you don't really care about the piercing and your graveyard's already set up, in terms of, like, you already have enough fire monsters to shuffle back with Grand Slam, it's a 3-card combo. So that's not awful. 3 cards to make a 19, a... What would it be? A 19, a 44, and a 29? Hello, Tomato. What's on the menu today? Hello, Skywings. We are just going over the new skills that got leaked, because they kind of half came out on Tuesday, and they half came out yesterday. So we're kind of going over them at the moment, and then we're going to be playing some Shadowverse later. I don't see how non-fusion deck is going to stand up to the fusion stuff we have now. It literally would be if the skill did more. I don't think this is doing enough, personally. But there are ways, right? So, for example, if we just randomly got the boy, if we go here, we look at the Grand Slam, right? This is where we were searching stuff. If we get this guy, if we just get Guildford the Rising is a deck on his own, right? Now, is he going to be released now? Probably not. But this card is insane. During the turn, you normally summon this card, shuffle 2 warriors from your graveyard into the deck. This turn, this can make 3 attacks on monsters, which is just Cryseal. This is just Cryseal, right? Except, I say except, you can give this piercing relatively easily, but you can give Cryseal piercing relatively easily as well. So maybe it's just Cryseal. It's just Cryseal. It's just Cryseal. It's Cryseal without the gambling, I guess. It's worse than Cryseal in that it can't attack directly. But you can still attack directly with what other 2 monsters you get. So it's similar to Cryseal. Basically using your whole hand for piercing and hitter's effect. Yeah, I mean, if you want the piercing, it's a 4-card combo. And then you'd have 1 card left over to, like, set, I guess. Which is not ideal. If you don't want the piercing, it's fine. It's like a 3-card, right? It's Cry with an Assura allergy. I mean, basically. You couldn't just compliment that I got a haircut, could you? You gotta just immediately start throwing insults. Zaki boys are so mean, man. But yeah, overall, I'm not feeling, like, super excited about these. The other thing we don't know is if we're getting home plate pinch hitter. Because right now, the skill, like, basically needs you to be playing home run hitter and Grand Slam, right? Grand Slam only brings back home run hitter. And you're not going to be playing, like, 3 different bosses. But this is usually what people would say is like the quote-unquote like better boss. Shuffle 3 level 4 fire action monsters we into the deck. Gain 1500 attacks, so go to 4000. With the field spell, that's 44. If your life points are 1000 or lower, you can make 1 face monster of your opponent's field lose 3000 attack. Which could just mean you're getting like 4400 direct attack effectively, right? I think bold men are handsome too. I mean, that's fine. I don't think I would look good bold, personally. But yeah, this is, I don't know if we're going to get this. It's a weird one. It's in a weird, like, grey area. But then, we'll go on to the next skills. So, we'll leave the Yuhi skill to last, because the other 2 are quite simple, and we can just get them out of the way really, really quickly, right? Watch this be the bad skill. It could be. I don't think it's going to be, but it could be, right? So, Yuka 3. Reveal 1 earth or 1 fire monster in your hand. Shuffle 1 card from your hand into the deck. Then add a pinch hopper or a fire warrior normal monster with 400 defense from your deck to your hand. So this is... So this skill's, like, benefit is that you don't have to shuffle the card that you reveal. So you could have, like, a boss monster, reveal it, shuffle something else, grab a tribute fodder, right? That is something you can do with this, which is pretty good. But this skill doesn't plus you. And that is a big no-no in the current meta. If your skill isn't plussing you, what is even the point of it? And also, this randomly lets you add Pinch Hopper, which is really strange. It's really strange. 1000 or lower is hard to achieve, IMO. I mean, yeah, but depending on the situation, it could come up, right? And you don't have to rely on jumping through hoops like you do for both of the other cards. Like, he is just have cards in your graveyard. Okay, he can use his effect and go up to 4k, right? I want every non-fusion deck has a skill with an additional effect when the opponent has a fusion on the field. That would be really fun, but they don't seem to be wanting to do that. Insect skill, finally. This is a really weird insect skill, right? So first off, you've got to make sure that all the insects you've got are earth or fire to be able to use this. Or at least you make a critical amount of them so that you can draw into them. And then adding Pinch Hopper isn't even like the most exciting play. It's kind of whatever. Pinch Hopper name is a baseball pun, nothing more. Yeah, it's so weird. It's so weird. I don't know, man. This is just strange to me. I don't think there's anything cool you could even do with this, right? Not really. Like, play like a Deinastorkus Digra aggro pile and just kind of hope. But like, Deinastorkus is awful because it only pops level 8s and lowers, which some of the fusions are level 8 and lowers, right? We got like Fuse Eve, we got like Charmy Witch. So like, it'll be okay into some of that, but not feeling it personally. Then we have Yuka 4. Send 2 face-up level 4 fire warriors on your field to the graveyard. That's already very funny. Set home run hitter from your deck or graveyard to your field. So, this skill is sort of a +1. Sort of. Because if you were to summon a home run hitter normally, you would have to tribute 2 guys. Now, the issue with that is, the deck naturally has 2 ways to summon this with a discount. So I would actually say this is more like breaking even. You'd lose your 2 guys, you get a +1 in hitter, but you've already -2'd. So you're going down 1, but you're getting a boss monster. So it's kind of breaking even. I don't think this is like good, but Vanity's Fiend Turbo? What? Where has that come from, Dub Fan? I have no idea. I have no idea where that has come from. What is the relevance? But yeah, I don't know. These are definitely spare skills, right? Bro's manifesting. No. 2 messages above. Is there an anti-fusion archetype in Rush? Oh, I see. It's the boss that can't be compost or riding. Right. That's still not super exciting, if we're being honest. It's like, oh, I get out my 2500 vanilla, probably, most of the time. I don't know. I'm not feeling super great about this. If this didn't send 2 face-ups, if this sent 1 face-up, I'd be like, okay, I can see potential here. But it's not, so I don't like it very much. So then we have Yuhi's skill. Can be activated from turn 2 onwards if all of the monsters in your constructed deck are Earth machines. Now this is annoying because machines typically play a machine pile list. We like having piles of machines. We like all the different machines working together. Locking us into Earth machines forces us to play Join Tech. The issue being Join Tech kind of sucks, right? Without having a load more cards, Join Tech lacks a lot of ways to have like piercing. It lacks a lot of ways to deal with a lot of annoying threats. We can't even use the, Boltricorn to turn off our opponent's back row. There's so many things we can't do by locking us to Earth, and that feels really bad. It does feel really, really bad. Isn't there an anti-fusion trap that works like a defusion? Yes. The downside is that it's also used like a defusion, right? So you can use it. You could set it 1 turn, next turn summon out your fusion, attack with it, activate it after attacking, put your guy back into the extra, and then like summon 2 more. I believe you can do that. Let me have a look. Let me have a look quick before I'm just talking at my butt. I don't know if it's going to be on here, actually. We'll have a look. Yeah, it is. When a monster on the field is destroyed by battle. Yes. So basically, you can attack with your fusion, attack the monster and destroy it, and then put your fusion back into your extra and summon out 2 guys. So this is sort of, if you squint at it, potentially a buff to fusion decks. It gives you a way to out-fusion monsters, which is great. But if everyone's on fusion monsters, the fusion decks themselves would also play this card, and then could use it aggressively in the same way you can use Compulsory Evacuation Device aggressively, right? Testicles. Hello, Sora Mia. Welcome, welcome. Random Ancient Gears in the box trust. I don't think that's going to happen somehow. They just released Mirror, and the skill locks it. What's the point? Well, you know. I think they have to make Join Tech able to play Mirror Innovator. I mean, it would be nice, right? But then I think the issue is, most of the Jointech cards are bad. So people just wouldn't play any of the Jointech cards. You'd play, like, the very few good ones, and that's it. Multifusions with enemy, just give us Prime Dwarf. I don't think we're going to get that just yet. Definitely limit 1 when it got Duel Links. I mean, yeah, most likely. Where were we? We were here. Alright. So, reveal 1 level 7 monster in your hand. And send the top 3 cards of your deck to the graveyard. Then you can add 1 monster from your graveyard to your hand once per duel. So this is a +1 once per duel. And the card you get back can be any monster. Doesn't have to be like a boss or a low level. It could be either or. So I understand not wanting to give us a +1 from the graveyard every turn. At the same time, Dark Galaxy and Pyro have been doing this forever. So why can't Jointech do it? Especially when their cards are so much worse quality-wise. It doesn't matter. We will use the new support in Pile decks. I mean, we will if it's good. We probably won't though, right? Well, if it isn't my favorite tomato. Hello, Victor. Welcome, welcome. For the rest of this turn, you can normal summon or set Jointech Rex and Stegosylos with with 1 less tribute. So, that's kind of cool, because that's sort of a +1-ish, if you squint at it, every turn. So this is kind of +1 every turn. That's also a +1 1 extra time. Which is like... The tomato's really bored of this skill. It's just very warm. That's making me very sleepy. At least twice or thrice per duel. Come on, Konami. Yeah, I don't... This is like... This skill isn't, like, awful. Like, in a vacuum. But the issue is, we're locked to Earth Machines. That's a red flag. We can only get back 1 of our monsters once. That's another red flag. We can only use this to summon Rex and Stegosylos. That's another red flag. So, Stegosylos... I'm sure most of you already looked this card up already. But 2500 attack is quite good. That's pretty decent. Send up to 3 Earth Attribute Machine monsters from your hand to the graveyard. Since we're locked into Earth Machines, we're just going to be sending them. Which is another reason why I don't think this would necessarily see a lot of play in, like, Pile decks, because you're not playing that many Earth Machines, typically. Destroy face-up monsters with 1600 or less defense on your opponent's field equal to the number of monsters sent to the graveyard to meet this requirement. So, this doesn't have a restriction on level, which means you can pop anything with this, right? Any high-level monster. Now, they have to have defense points, so this doesn't work on maximums. So that's already like a... Oh, that's a bit of a shame. And then we have to think about what monsters have 1600 or less defense, right? So, Charmy Witch. We can pop this. We can't pop Master of the Seven's Road. We can pop Seven's Road Magician. So if we keep going down... we can pop Ultima Witch. We can't pop Extra Claw or Extra Plasma. We can pop Fuse Eve. And obviously we can pop... Well, we can't pop even. Galactica Oblivion. We also can't pop Eternal Galactica Oblivion, because that's 2500. Not that that should come up, but you never know, right? We can't pop Apocalypse. We can't pop Chrysaor. Let's make sure this is correct. Yeah, 1600 or less defense. Just want to double, triple check we had that correct. We can't pop Requiem. We can't pop basically any of the Dark Galaxy cards. So we can pop, what, Fuse Eve, and then Sevens cards. How you doing? I mean, we're a bit hot, but other than that, we're doing pretty good. How do we get big attack? We don't. That's the neat part. I would rather play Bonker with Jointech. Bonker. Who's Bonker? Tomato, what level 8 or above has 1600 or less defense? Normally not that many. I mean, we just went through them, right? Well, I say that. I think everything we looked at, I think it was just Ultima Witch that was a level above a level 8. Now, there is some stuff you can do with this, right? There are certain cards that can reduce your opponent's defense. So, right. I don't know what, like, the wording is going to be. There's the... What is it called? There's, like, the lightning... It's one of the lightning cards. Is it this one or is this one that changes battle positions? Lose 800 defense. Okay, so lose... something defense. Alright, let's try and find the cards that reduce defense. We've got Assault Cannon, we've got Fire Golem, we're probably not playing Lantern Star. So, effectively, we're going to have to be looking for, like, Earth machines that do this. Which creates another problem, right? We don't have many of those. Like, it's probably... Gale Winnery is the best we're going to get. So, if we get this card... That could actually be pretty cool, right? This is an Earth machine that reduces defense, and when it's not reducing defense, it's still a really good card. So if this comes out, maybe Stegocelos deck sees some play, right? It pops red. The one that pops face downs. Yeah, that's fair, that's fair. You're talking about, what's his name? The big red robot guy. I forget what he's called. The guy who was like limit 3 for ages. Yeah, but you just went through a ton of level 8s and above. Yeah? It's called being thorough, Victor. Listen, if you don't go through it all and you miss something, then that's just egg on your face, right? It's very important to make sure that we're very thorough with our investigations. There's another fucking ad break. Ugh. God, these ad breaks are so annoying. Alright, we'll wait for the ads to go away. And while the ads are here, we'll take a look at some other stuff. Braver, Fire Gola, Urasumashage, Tinosaurus. Tinosaurus is actually a really good shout. Did we not see Tinosaurus on here? It's got different wording. I know it is right there. So, like, maybe the play is just play this with Tinosaurus. Because that has potential, right? It's because it's in Archetype. You can use Tinosaurus to just... Because Tinosaurus also changes them to defense, right? Sending a card from your hand to the graveyard. See, that's the thing that always sucks about Tinosaurus, is sending a card from your hand to the graveyard. And then it loses 2,000 defense. If we combine them together, it's okay. But, like, if you think about it, in order to do this combo, we would have to what? Tinosaurus doesn't get a discount, so we'd have to summon, tribute for Tinosaurus. We get a discount on Stegocelos, so that's another card, and then Stegocelos itself. We get a +1 from the skill, one time. Which means we couldn't even do it all anyway. So it's just like... What can you do? I don't know. This is going to be a mini or super mini. It's just going to be a mini box. I doubt we'll get many super minis ever again, really. Random question, how can I message and add people on Shadowverse? So you have to get their friend code, and then you go to add friend, and then you can search them via their friend code. So my friend code is in my Discord, so if you want it, it's all there. It's all right there. If the skill lets us add stuff from grave to hand. If we could do it every turn, then maybe. But, like, trying to combine these two is a nightmare. Like, there's just too much going on. This, though, this is pretty easy, right? If we can get a Tails reduced by 800, now suddenly we can pop any monster that has 2,400 defense. Which, like, doesn't change a ton, right? Like, realistically, it's still going to be annoying to get rid of, like, a Galactica Oblivion. But, like, suddenly we can get rid of Extra Plora, we can get rid of Extra Plasma, we can get rid of, like, every Dark Galaxy boss. Lend me £100? I mean, that's not happening, Soromir. But yeah, I don't know. It's... This doesn't seem good. But, like, I would very like to be wrong. The other stuff that we really want is going to be some of the other joint tech stuff, right? So, someone already mentioned earlier that we're probably not going to get the Killer Stinger. And that's because Killer Stinger reduces your opponent's board. Which is fine. That is fine, right? The issue is to make Killer Stinger, you need to use... I can't remember if it's Scorpion or Centipede. One of them... Yeah, this one. So this one is... Add Fusion or Power Bond from your graveyard to your hand. And there's no card that replaces its name for Power Bond that I'm aware of. So you'd have to actually release Power Bond in order to release this card, right? Is there any spell that reduces defense? I don't... We looked at some of them just now, right? We looked at... So it's Crackfall. Destroys all cards in field zones. And then if you destroyed it, they lose attack and defense. There's Game Board, Ablaze, and Alight. Like, realistically, none of these cards are super great. Hey, Max. Welcome, welcome. Finally, Tornado Dragon in game. Yes, Tornado Dragon's really cool. We talked about that a bit earlier. I think it is an interesting card. I don't know how many decks can be able to make use of it. I think for a lot of decks, the extra space is kind of tight. I think this could have reduced defense every turn, too. It could have done, which also would have been cool, but... so we have Arc Scorpio there, which is like... But what we really want, we want a hero. Give me hero. Give me hero, please. Generic rank 4, really good for level 4 decks. I just don't know how many... Like, Sharks are level 4? I don't know if their skill locks them into anything. There's, what, like, Star Seraphs? Obviously Utopia, but I think their skill locks them. Give us Dig Up. Dig Up is a consistency tool, though. I don't think they would bother. Lunalight? I never actually think of Lunalight as a level 4 deck, but you're absolutely right. It is definitely a level 4 deck. I just want Hero. Give me Hero. Hero is so cool, man. Summon Hero. It gains 1500 attack, goes up to 4000. We can add back the fusion material, and then we can go into Joint Tech Fighter, which again, this is fine. This could come out now. We have Go Rush fusions. We are in the space of Joint Tech Fighter could exist now. Which is take a level 7 Earth Attribute monster from your graveyard, either add it to your hand or special summon it to your field. And if it was Joint Tech Fighter, you can add Joint Tech Ace. I love like the gameplay loop that these cards have. And they were never good in OCG, so let them be good here. Now the downside is, I think if they were going to release one of these cards, they'd come out with a skill. So I don't think we're going to get these, but I really want them to be. I really want to cope on them. Raid Raptor even. Yeah, and Raid Raptor's another one where I never think of it as a rank 4 deck, but... I don't see them adding Scorpio yet, because that would mean a Power Bond. Exactly. I mean, that's exactly what we just said. A Hero and the Fighter Fusion are cool. Yeah, I mean, I would love to see these cards come out. Like, I would absolutely love it, but... I don't think we're going to see the maximum come out yet. I think they will wait a smidge before they give us that. I just want these two. Just give me these two. There's a slim chance these could be in the box. Alright. Moving on. I guess we'll talk about the Gavin / Yuka skill first, because that's kind of, whatever. Can be activated before your normal draw twice per duel. If your constructed deck contains at most one warrior monster with 2500 defense. 2500 defense, I believe that is just the Yammies, right? Let's double check this quick. So it's Yami, Yami, Yami. I mean, we could get Glacius. That could just come out. That'd be fun. Specifically, Santen Son Contra. I think we're not getting this just yet. Which means it's basically you have to play Glacius, who I don't think we're going to get yet. So it basically just has to be a Gavin skill, right? What confuses me is the previous leak that Knight posted or showcased where they showed Cyber Dragons in the box of the level 1 with the rest of the level 8s. What do you mean, Desmume? I don't know what you mean by that. I mean, there was a leak. The leaks might not be true. That's just that's just how it be. But yeah, this is whatever, right? Place a Warrior Returning Life from your deck or graveyard on top of your deck, draw 1 extra card. So if you get it early, this lets you use Warrior Returning a Life 3 times. Which isn't awful, right? That's like, the skill could let you effectively get a +1 twice per duel. For a generic-ish skill, I feel like this is a olive branch to be like, oh guys, I know Yami Ruler is really difficult to get off, so we're gonna like let you use this. I don't know, man. It means the guy who guessed the leaks? I still don't know what you mean by that. Are you talking about the picture that had the Animagica leader and the single card in? I assume he is, but like, we always knew it wasn't likely to be true the entire time, so... Could be an archive skill. It probably is an archive skill, or it could be just a skill that's like attached to some people, but only like Gavin could make use of this, right? So it's a bit of a weird one. Then we have the Uamu skill. So this is the meat and potatoes. Can be activated from turn 2 onwards if all of the monsters in your constructed deck are level 6 or lower dragon monsters. Blue Fang Burst Dragon or Red Boot Boost Dragon. So, this very hard restricts us from playing any other dragon bosses. They're like, you're not playing Dragius. No matter how much we think Dragius is not relevant anymore. Just continuously told we're not allowed to play Dragius. Reveal 1 Blue Fang Burst Dragon or 1 Red Boot Boost Dragon in your hand. Add a Booster Wyvern from your deck or graveyard to your hand. Okay. So infinite times throughout the game, we get to just get a free +1 every turn. Okay, I'm already seeing this skill already seems fine. Then you can send 1 card from your hand to the graveyard to add a Dragon's Boot Fusion, or Boost Fusion, Dragon's Burst Fusion, or Striping Wyvern from your deck to your hand, each card once per duel. So this is a +1 every single turn, that 3 times will let you discard and search something else, which seems really strong. Why do you mean only Gavin turn? It has to be 1 Warrior 2500. That would mean he can't run more than 1. Well, the point is it has to be a Gavin monster. That's why. Like, it has to be a Gavin monster. So, it would make sense, right? Like, why... It's just a bad skill in general, right? The problem is Dragon's Boot Fusion, since 7 cards to the format is insane. I think it'd still be fine. The Warrior skill can add back Millennium Shield. I mean, yeah? Or is it exact? It says with 2500 defense, not minimum 2500 defense. And also, Millennium Shield has 3000 defense, so that wouldn't work with it. I assume that's what you're referencing. I mean, again, this could just be worded wrong. And also, they do get changed as well. Like, some of the skills from leak to release do get tweaked. But anyway, getting back to this. This skill is already decent. This is arguably fantastic, right? Now, what matters, like we've been talking about, is the different cards that will play with it. So, first things first. Dragon's Burst Fusion. Fusion summon by sending face-up Dragon-type monsters from your field to the graveyard as material. Then if you sent Bluetooth Burst Dragon to the graveyard as effect, you can make 1 face-up monster on your opponent's field lose 1500 attack to the end of this turn. So this is okay. This basically lets you reduce the attack of a guy, which could be enough to get lethal, but also it could give you what you need to use your, like, a second copy of Bluetooth effect, for example. So, only relevant cards are Gavin's and the Music Princess one. Yeah, exactly. Relax time, open Twitch, and see Rush Card. Hello, Kim, friend. Welcome. So, if we look at the monster that you'll be primarily trying to summon with this, this is Bluetooth Enhanced Burst Dragon. So this card doesn't actually give a shit about the position of the monster or the attack. Well, it cares about being face up. But this doesn't care. I guess it does care. Because, right, so what the play will be is you activate Dragon's Boot Burst Fusion, reduce the attack of a monster. Then go into Bluetooth Enhanced Burst, send a monster from your field to the graveyard, but it wants us to send a 7, But then we can special summon Bluetooth Burst. So we could set it up for that, but that's like very awkward. It's like super janky to like try and go into this, then already have another level 7, then send that level 7 to the graveyard, then bring back the Bluetooth, then use Bluetooth to pop, then you could use Burst to pop another one. That seems like just a lot of hoops to jump through. The more common type thing you're going to see is this, Dragon's Boost Fusion. So Fusion summoned by sending face-up dragon monsters with throw to the graveyard. If you sent Red Boot Boost Dragon to the graveyard by this effect, you can send the top 7 cards of your deck to the graveyard. Then if you sent a card from the deck to the graveyard, you can send the top 7 cards of your opponent's deck to the graveyard. So, this is insane, right? Being able to mill 7 is really strong. Being able to mill your opponent for 7 is really, really strong. This is especially strong because right now, a lot of the best decks are milling themselves by a ridiculous amount, right? Every skill that we're seeing, including the new Join Tech skill, is like mill 3, mill 3, mill 3, right? Basically, the only thing that is relevant is Yuamu's deck. You could just send the Tooth Fusion instead, Fusion itself. You could. I don't think that'd be worth it, but you could. 7 or higher, it can send itself and then bring Bluetooth back, pop board. That's just bad, though. Right? Like, in what world would you want to do that when you could instead just, like, summon out a rando, pop that, pop your opponent's guy? I don't know. Using this to pop itself just seems really mid. It's like, you tribute 2 cards to get out your Bluetooth. You summon out Booster Wyvern, which is your 3+1. You fuse them together. You make your big boss. Then you use its effect to pop one of your opponent's face-up cards. So it can't pop back row, it can't pop face-down monsters. You bring this guy out, you can pop 1 more. So now what you've effectively done is killed 2 monsters and ended up with a 2500 guy. And that cost you, what, like a 4-card investment to do that? That just seems really mid. Ask Yuamu why she did it then. Because she's shit. All the anime characters are terrible at the game. What do you mean? What do you mean? Is your argument you could do that, like, it's worth doing because the bad anime characters did it on the show? Which is just an advertisement? Come on, brother. What are you talking about? But yeah, this is fine. I don't actually think this is going to be the big selling point, realistically. I'm sorry I had to mention it, doing it. I mean, it's one of those weird ones, right? Because they actually made, like, a better version. So this is the other one. This is Blue Fang Concurrent Burst Dragon, which is made using Blue Fang Burst Dragon and Booster Wyvern. So it's exactly the same, except this is a contact fusion. Obviously, we're not going to get this, but it's fun to talk about, right? Send a card from your hand to the graveyard. This turn, this gains 1500 attack, cannot attack directly. If you sent level 7 or higher to the graveyard to meet its requirement, it can make up to 2 attacks on monsters. This is fantastic. You don't have to send the high level from the field, which means it's a lot easier to use. You also don't, like, if you only have bosses in your hand, you can't, like, get out a normal summon. You could just use the effect anyway. Technically, it can combo with the Rebel cards. I mean, I guess. Epic anime second effect reveal. Yeah, it's one of those weird ones. I think, realistically, this is going to be the primary boss that everyone's going to be going into when they can, right? If you can, you're going to be activating Boot Fusion, or Boost Fusion, milling a shit ton of cards, and then summoning out Red Boot Enhanced Boost Dragon. So this guy is kind of nuts, right? Choose up to 9 monsters in any graveyard. So that means you could mill out your opponent, and then leave them milled out if they're about to deck out anyway. Or, if your opponent's been filling up their own graveyard, they have exactly what they need, you could also just grave hate them and get rid of all of the important stuff that they've set up in their graveyard, which is also really, really good. Inflict damage to your opponent equal to the number of monsters chosen times 200. This card gains attack equal to the number of chosen monsters times 200. So, ideally, now this is a little bit idyllic, but like, go with me here, right? You summon out Red Boot. Red Boot's effect burns your opponent for 7. Then you fuse into this, put another 9 cards back. That is now 1800 more burn. That's 2500 burn. Then we gain 1800 attack. So we've done 2500 burn, and then we've boosted our attack up to what, 47? That's pretty nice. That's pretty nice. Bluetooth just ruins everything it touches. Yeah, Bluetooth, stop being a jerk. I mean, it can work with generic skill. Could do. I enjoyed your critique on the speed duel meta last year. Appreciated your balanced viewpoint on Tenyi. Nice YouTube videos. I'm trying to remember what I've said about speed in the past. I like to think my opinions are grounded, but like, I don't know. It's always going to be from like an outsider looking in for speed. I really like speed, but I am not a speed main, let's put it that way. But thank you for the comment. This card is good. This card is just good, right? It's just good. It's just a big ball of burn, a big ball of doing a ton of damage. You could put all of your cards back into your deck, leave your opponent completely milled out, which can be really, really strong. It's just good. So then the other card that it mentions is Striping Wyvern. So we go back to the skill again. So you can discard a card. Then you can send one card from your hand to the graveyard, add a Dragon's Boost Fusion, Dragon's Burst Fusion, or Striping Wyvern from your deck to your hand. I don't know how many Dragon's Burst Fusion we play in this deck, you know. Like, do you play 3? Do you play 1? Do you play 1 of each? It only adds from deck, and we have no way to recycle the spells, at least not easily. If at all. I'm actually trying to think if with only dragons we can actually do that at all. It's not deck or graveyard, so it has to be from the deck. My gut is telling me we play like 2 or 3 of the boost and like 1 burst, but I don't even know. Until we actually get our hands on it, it's really hard to tell. Give us Kawaii now. It's a smidge early. I gotta run. Have a good one tomorrow. See you, Victor. Do you play Santa with this as a sub-engine? I mean, probably not, but you never know, right? But the other card you can get is this. And this card is actually really nice. This is also, again, I want to say this was new-ish. But then again, it's an English image, so maybe it's not newish. But send the top 2 cards of your deck to the... And this face-up card from your field to the graveyard. Okay, so milling yourself is good. Sending this is not so good, but that's still fine. Special summon Bluetooth or Red Boot from your hand to your field in defense. It has to be from your hand. That's not the best. It comes out in defense. It can still use their effects. But obviously, primarily, we're using this as fusion fodder. Then you can add Burst or Boost Fusion from your graveyard to your hand. So this is a +1. And because it cheats the monster out, it's sort of like a +3 if you squint at it. So this is fantastic, right? If you use the skill's going to give you a +1. If we have a Striping Wyvern, or we even use the skill to get the Striping Wyvern, that's sort of like a +3 if our graveyard's set up. Which seems really good. If you mill 7, one of the fusion goes to the grave is bad. Yes, it's very awkward. It's very awkward. This one is great. This one's just nice. Yeah, this is really strong. Now, the first part of the effect is always going to be live, but you kind of want to mill your fusion for the second part. So, like, that's kind of nice. We haven't spoken about Boost Wyvern yet, so I guess we'll cover this as well. If you have Bluetooth or Red Boot face up on your field during the main phase it was summoned, inflict 600 damage. This is just extra burn. Which, in OCG, 600 is a lot less impactful than it is in Duel Links, because this is 10% of your life in Duel Links. So think about it like this. You could burn your opponent for 6. Let's assume we already have Red Boot on the field. Red Boot burns for another 7. Then we fuse Red Boot and Boost Wyvern together, and then we burn for another 18. We've just burnt our opponent for 3,100 before we've gone to combat, and now we also have a 4,700 attack monster on the field. So, like, could be kind of nuts, depending on, like, how the hand plays out. Give us Jamais Vu to recycle spells. Jamais Vu would be really cool, but the issue is it wouldn't work in this deck because we're locked to dragons. Booster Wyvern can win you the game when it's in time. I mean, it can do. I mean, so can Red Boot, I guess. But this is, again, this is a free search every single turn. And is it just from deck? It's deck or graveyard. So you're guaranteed to get Booster Wyvern every single turn, as long as we have a boss in hand. Now, presumably, we're going to keep using Red Boot to keep shuffling our bosses back into our deck. So as we should just keep having infinite access to them, drawing them out, using the effect, getting Booster Wyvern back. So I think you only actually play Booster Wyvern as a one-off. I don't think you play more than that. So this is the other card I wanted to mention. This is DBF Rebuilder. This is mentioned nowhere, but it would just kind of make sense to bring this card out, right? So during the main phase, this card was normal or special summoned. Reveal a Bluetooth Burst Dragon or a Red Boot Boost Dragon in your hand. Set a Dragon's Burst Fusion or Dragon's Boost Fusion from your graveyard into your spell and trap card zone. So this is pretty cool because it doesn't send itself. So you could summon this out, use the effect to get back one of the fusion spells, then use this as tribute fodder to summon out either your Bluetooth or Red Boot. Now, a lot of the time you won't want to do this because, like, striping is going to be better most of the time. But this is still another card that potentially is going to come out. If striping's coming out, they might as well release this as well. It might not even be played. But, like, we need to fill out the rest of the deck with something, right? And this one's, like, potentially something you put in. And that's it. That is it. That is all of the skills, guys. We've gone over all of them. We've done it. We talked about Yuamu. We talked about the Yuka skills. We talked about the Yuhi skill. I mean, just as like a quick wrap up, Yuamu skill actually looks really good. Yuhi skill looks like it has potential. And I'm going to cope that they're going to release Hero and Fighter. Yuka, I want to believe in Yuka. I want to believe in Yuka. There's some new trader cards. Yeah, we did mention that at the start. We already talked about Dynamo Might and Tornado Dragon. So now we will briefly go over... Actually, come to think of it, we haven't looked at the our predictions lately. Did we do a prediction for the latest box? Let me find out. No, we basically didn't. We didn't really do anything. We predicted like some Fire Beast stuff might come out and the Royal Rebel stuff. But it looks like we're not getting the Royal Rebel stuff. So what do we think we're going to get? So Enhanced Burst Dragon is probably going to be UR. Do we think they're both going to be URs? Like Red Boot Enhanced, is that also going to be... But then it's like... They've got to make the baseball, right? What, home run hitter? That's got to be a UR, surely. Which means that wouldn't be an SR. Well, unless they give us the other boss as well. It's so difficult to actually work out what we would do with this stuff. Because we have so many SR slots to fill. And I just don't think there's going to be that many SRs to go in. I think we can all agree. These are both going to be... Both the Yoamu fusions are going to be URs, right? Surely. Surely. I didn't pull the red boost box. This box might actually be a skip. Oh, no. The low-level dragon recycle the fusion spell. Maybe a UR. I don't think they're going to give one deck 3 URs, though. I think that's a little bit too much. Oh, Utopia's already up there, so we don't need that. They will probably slap the Jointech Stego Silos here. I don't think it necessarily should be. But I think they will. What else will be UR? There might be some insect stuff because of the skill. What insect stuff could they even give us, though? Like, obviously, they're not going to give us Chaos and Insects. And they're not going to give us the Delirium stuff. So, like, what does that leave? We don't have Metal Armored Ant yet. Give us the Ladybug stuff. There's just nothing left, is the issue. There's not a lot going on. Which makes it really hard to predict. Alright. come on, like, cope with me here, guys. Could you imagine if they released Joyntech Hero as well, and it was an SR? Come on, Joyntech Fighter. I believe in Joyntech Fighter. What else would they even give us as an SR? Do you reckon they'd make the field spell an SR? It does seem like a Konami thing to do. Would they make, like, these fusions SR? It's really hard to predict for the dragons because there's so many cards. I don't know. I do not know. That this prediction is going to be an awkward one, I think. I think this is going to be an awkward one. So while we ponder on that, we're just going to go over quickly the new OCG cards, and then we're going to jump into some Shadowverse, I think. I think that's going to be the play. This is our best chance to get Joyntech cards. We use all of our code power. Exactly. So we're getting some, like, reprints of and alt arts. And then we're actually getting a new card. Okay. So this is Cornetless, the Golf Music Princess. So 1400 level 4. During the main phase, this card was normal summoned. Execute the top 5 cards of your deck and reveal them. You can choose one Wind Warrior normal monster or one fusion among them and add to your hand. Place the remaining cards on the bottom of your deck in any order, but for the rest of this turn, you cannot attack with monsters except Wind Warrior monsters. This is okay. Another ad break. Christ, I hate these ads, man. So it only gets you one card. And it locks you. I mean, this is fine, but it's nothing like crazy. And there's just some more alt arts. So nothing like super nutty in there. Alright. So I guess going on to the next stuff. Celebros. Mad Break. Well, that's something you're just going to have to live with, I'm afraid. So, again, Celebros, art changes, and then we're finally getting a new card. Which I guess we'll go over once the ad break goes away in 30 seconds. That might help if I unmute myself. There we go. It's because I muted myself during the adverts when I had a drink. That's what it was. But this is fine. This card is fine. Yeah, we've already gone over the leaks, Toti. We've already gone over the leaks. I think this card is fine. It doesn't solve the deck's problems. It doesn't, like, help enough, I don't think. And then we have the artwork reveals. So this is the new set that's coming out, and this is the Outerverse set, which is the Otis archetype. I don't really like this archetype, if I'm honest. I didn't like the way it played in the show. I don't really like the aesthetic of these cards. I think they're kind of a bit mid. So, like, I'm not particularly excited for these. I think a lot of these cards look kind of bad. This is more interesting to me. A multitude of new cards related to Handy Lady. So the Handy Lady archetype. I mean, Handy Girl. Adorable. We got what? Vivid Head, which has a little smiley face on it. We got Free Wind, which is just their car. Handy Partners. I assume this is a spell or a trap, but who knows. Piping Hot Delivery. I love how there's like this like little lore implications behind all this art as well. Which one's this? Hack for Intel. And then we get onto the cool stuff. So Red Eyes Pluto Wyvern. So getting some more Red Eyes support. Although it looks like that might be the only one we're getting. What archetypes are those? I can't make it up from the artwork. Which one? The top one. The top one's the Ritual Outerverse archetype played by Otis. Which is like, it's all over the place. This is the Handy Lady archetype. And this is obviously Red Eyes. Is Handy Ritual? No. Unless these randomly... Because it looks like they're only getting 3 new monsters. The Handy archetype is basically just a vanilla at the moment. That's it. It's like Rush version of Spiral. It kind of looks like it, doesn't it? Especially because like the car and everything. So then we're getting Plasmatic Model, another docking. So this is going to be like a spell card or something, which will let you, I assume... I don't know what this is going to do exactly. Maybe it recycles the ritual spell. Like, clearly it makes you want to change one of your rituals into another ritual, but like the ritual spell does that, so I don't know what it's really going to do. Handy's level 7 beatdown, like 7 treasure. Yeah, exactly as Mono said. Hello, Mono, by the way. And then we have this one, which is Ravwell Ivory. We'll give a quick shout out to Mono as well. It looks like the ritual spell for the next monster. I mean, it could be. But then, like, it would be really weird to reveal the spell without the monster, in my opinion. I think this looks sick as well, by the way. Like, the whole, like, elephant in the background. I kind of hope this is a beast. But it probably won't be, because it's a waifu. Also, the Handy Lady archetype has 4 to 5 cards already. 1 normal, 2 spell, 2 traps. I mean, yeah, but it's just... Like, you say that, but it's basically just, like, artwork. Like, it's not actually an archetype, right? Like, now with these, it might actually be an archetype. Like, a vanilla, and then that vanilla's art being on some other cards that are generic vanilla support, I wouldn't necessarily call that an archetype. I mean, it could be a warrior. And a magical ritual. I mean, I don't think so somehow. But that is all of it. That is everything. We've done it. We have made it to the end. Which means it's time. At least it has lore. I mean, yeah, the lore is cool, right? We'll now go ahead and change ourselves over. So we're going to play some Shadowverse, everyone. I know how much everyone likes Shadowverse. It's the hot new thing. Everyone's doing it. So, we are going to click over to here. Everything's going to look weird. And then we're going to fix this. So we're going to get rid of this. We're going to go over here. And we are going to do that. Oh, look at that. Look at that. Immediate background disappearance. And so now, we're going to be playing some Shadowverse, guys. We finished the Yu-Gi-Oh bit. So if anyone was here just for the Duel Links stuff, thank you for hanging out. Now we're going to be doing some Shadowversing. So, first things first, we do have some packs to open. So we're going to go and deal with that. That is going to be the plan. It's more akin to Duelist Terminal. Also, I'd love to hear your insight on day 1 format of Shadowverse. Alright, so obviously this is day 3 we're on now. My opinion is as follows. I think day 1... It's an awkward one to come up with, because, like, the big thing is your deck is going to be very influenced by what your pulls are, right? So for some decks, you're going to need 3 copies of all of your legends. And all of your legends cost 3,500 to make. So we go to, like, cards right now. If we go to legends. So these are the legends that we have on this account. Now, as you can see, the only one we have 3 copies of is Orcus. Which is neat, but we don't have any of the... Well, we do actually now have a Realmia. So actually, this deck... This one could potentially pivot into actually doing that. At the moment, we took the Gene deck because we pulled another Gene. And because our other pulls for Haven are actually pretty good. But basically, it's very difficult to, like, force it unless you have a lot of resources. So currently we have 75 or 7,500 on this account. That means we can make 2 more legends, right? Which isn't great. I like the rank list. I don't know how many ranks there are there. I don't know either, actually, now that you mention it. Let's go D3 rank. Nice. I'm here for the Shadowverse stuff. I played a few ranked games last night, but still haven't built a deck. Where do I find the ranks, though? But, like, it's one of those weird ones where I don't... It's difficult to come to conclusions about how strong these decks are with the limited information we've got. From my, like, impressions, I feel like Swordcraft is really, really good out of the box, and it doesn't take much to make it strong. But I don't know if Swordcraft is going to be really, really strong when it's completed and everyone else is completed, right? So, with that in mind, like, who knows, right? If we go to create cards, how much does it cost to create a, so it costs 750 to make a gold card. So that's not too bad, to be honest. Like, we can make 10 golds. I mean, we're not going to. What I might do on this account, although we've kind of, like, been going Haven, because, like, our Haven pulls were actually not bad. We still don't have Vessel, which kind of sucks. We still need Salefa, and we still need Rodeo. So, like, we're 2 out of... Because we're going to want 3 of each of these. So we would need 9, and we have 2. So we're 7 shy of making this deck work properly. We'd also want 1 more Pact to the Beast Princess. We're going to want 2 or 3 Vessel. That's probably it. The alternative is that we go Portal. Because to make this work... I mean, we still need all of these. I need 3 of this, 3 of this. I don't know how many cannon I would run. We're definitely going to want a Realmia. If I use half of my gems to make that... Yeah, it's difficult. It's difficult. Outside of Sword, in terms of the meta, I would say... Runecraft seems decent, but only if you have all the legends to make it work. I would say... Dragoncraft looks decent, but again, it requires a lot of legends to make it work. I would say Havencraft looks good, but again, you're going to want all the right cards for it. It's one of those weird ones where I feel like some of the decks work better with legends and some of them don't, right? As in, like, some of them, like, it's imperative you get the legend. Some suggest the golds and silvers are more important than the legends itself. I hard disagree with that. I hard disagree. The legends, in some cases, the deck isn't worth playing if you don't have the legends. Like, straight up. Some of them are so integral to what the deck is trying to do. If you don't have the right legends, the deck is fundamentally just going to be bad. Like, straight up. What is your main deck now? It's difficult. Because I think this... Because of our polls, we might be pivoting this account into Portal. Because Portal is a deck I do want to play. Haven seems busted. I have such a dog win rate versus it. I think it's one of those things as well where there will also be the whole... Certain decks are good against other decks, right? If you're playing a mid-range deck, Haven should shit on you. That is what Haven is designed to do. Haven is designed to try and wipe the board every single turn. But if you're playing like a hyper-aggressive, like every turn I'm playing guys, I'm tempoing out, we're just smashing you in the face as much as possible. That's probably where Haven's going to fall behind, because they have to like really commit to stopping you from swarming the board, right? The Gundam decks are annoying, but if you know how they play, you'll be fine. I mean, yeah, I've played a ton of it already. Like, they're fun. I think the deck is really good. It was originally the deck I was trying to build, but my pools were not agreeing with me. So when are we making ban list predictions for this game? I don't even know how the ban lists work in Shadowverse. Portal Puppet is fun for me, but Portal Artifact is confusing for me. I like the idea of Portal Puppet. I just don't think it's super strong. Like, some of the cards seem really good. Some of them seem a bit eh. Right. But first, for now, let's go to the shop. Actually, do we have... I don't know if we paid the £2 in this account. We didn't. We haven't done it yet on this account. Hold. Hold! I'm gonna go make a small microtransaction, guys. Don't hold it against me, okay? Ah! Is Shadowverse worth playing? Because I was debating playing it. Shadowverse is, in my opinion, a fun game. It is not extraordinarily free-to-play friendly. In a lot of other games, if you played them, like especially like free digital gacha card games, you could build a deck very, very quickly. Realistically, unless you get very, very lucky, you're looking at like 3 days to a week to finish building your first deck. So if you're looking at like, oh, I really want to jump in and immediately have a good deck and immediately hop into ranked with my like fully completed deck, you are not going to get that experience here, in my opinion. However, it is still a great time. Alright, I just need to fill in my details, and then we can buy this. So my personal opinion is, if you think this is your style of game, I would go for it. But you have to know what you're getting in for. It is going to be a little bit of a grind. There is going to be little gaps in terms of not being able to build the deck that you necessarily want to build really, really quickly. I like my deck, but I have no idea what it misses. I haven't looked at lists. I mean, that's fine, right? Alright, if we come back off this, we go back into here. Claim. Aha, they are mine. I assume none... Like, this is just mid. I don't like this. This is expensive and whatever. It's like, I'd like to get some of this stuff, but it's like so... Ugh. Like 1,000, I believe this is about like 15 quid. Sleeves, eh. So these are nice, but it just like makes them look prettier, so it also doesn't really matter. Alright. I'll go back to home, because I'm pretty sure, yeah, it goes in here. Claim those. And we're going to buy. Alright, it's time. Okay, so that's cool because we have a ticket. Getting a ticket is neat. It, though, is not a card. And as much as I like cosmetics, I'd rather get a really rare card than not. Some people re-roll for 3 straight hours to get 1 or 2 legends at 3/2. Yes. It's... I don't know if you can do it on PC. I assume there probably is a way. Because you just don't attach it to an account. But then it's attached to your Steam account. I don't know. On mobile, it's obviously very, very easy to do. Not gonna lie, seeing this game makes me want a Vanguard Online official sim even more for standard. That is not DLAs 2. Yeah, we do not count DLAs 2. The old leader should be free for players who wail for Shadowverse 1. I think some of them are, because you can connect your old Shadowverse account to your current one. And depending on how you did, you got like bonuses and stuff. Is there... I heard there was a way to double the liquidification by turning existing cards to like animated and then shiny, so it doubles the decrafting. I haven't looked into that, but I think you need special like gems to upgrade the rarity, and I don't know if that's doable because the gems cost the liquid. So, right, pack number 1. I mean, nothing exciting, but that's fine. Pack number 2. Again, nothing exciting whatsoever. We got 3 really boring packs. Right, here we go. This is going to have our legend. So we're really hoping, I guess, to get the Portal Craft legend that isn't UD and isn't Orcus. That's good because we do play Haven on this account. That's a Dragon Craft legendary. That's not what we were hoping for. Yeah, it was a bit cope to a hope for another one. Right, we're not expecting anything in here. Ceres is nice, but it would be nicer on the other account where we actually have all of the Abysscraft stuff. That's also good for this account. That means we don't have to craft that. Alright, this is where we're going to... So we know what this is. This is our ticket. Let's get everything around the ticket first. Alright. What ticket are we hoping for? Do we think it's going to be Albert? Do we think it's going to be Orcus? Okay, it is her from Shadowverse 1, and she's on the 18 drop spell. I mean, I don't dislike it, but I think this is like the most common one. Rune. Okay. Face me tomato. I am now the Shadowverse master, meaning I learnt the basic rules. I mean, you bullied me the entire time like yesterday, Hikaru. What do you mean? There's another Ceres. I don't need all the Ceres here. So these are cards I want on my other account, not on this account. Don't really care about him either. He's a swordcraft deity. Ugh. Alright, we do have more packs. We do have more packs. Okay, she's going to give me the exchange ticket tutorial. Daria. So I can either get Daria as a leader for Runecraft. I don't play Runecraft on this account. I can get the card style and the home screen background, which also doesn't really matter. Or I could become monosync. Bang and a boom. Oh, it's me. I was just to say D-Shift 1 lol. Rhino, isn't it generic? I don't think D-Shift. I'm pretty sure Dimensional Shift is, I don't know, can you use her on anything? I assume it's only on Rune. But I don't know. I haven't used it. Second is probably the worst. Yeah, that's what I was thinking as well. I assume this is only for Rune, because this is like the Runecraft woman. But I mean, yeah, it could just be for anyone. I can't say for certain that you can Only use it for one. I want to play Earthright, but my pools are not behaving. That's not great. 3 more points before I can challenge Tomato. Aha. I need more of him. What, you want more Albert? Oh, you need the guy that I pulled. Right, I see. Right, we have 4 packs, which means there is a guaranteed legend in these 4 packs, guys. Let's go. Let's go. Guaranteed legend. Let's see what we get. So this is our legend. Our legend is in this pack. Again, that's really not good for this account. I have 2 of this on the other account. If I got a 3rd on that one, I'd be quite happy. Getting it on this account is just, again, spreading it so unbelievably thin. No, there's going to be nothing in this pack, realistically. There's no glowy. Come on, just give me a gold. Give me a something. Give me a something. We now have 2 Rhinoceroach on this account. Which is quite nice, but we don't really have the Forest Craft pools on this account specifically. The game is like, you're playing this deck. I mean, that's kind of how it does, right? It just kind of does what it wants. We'll go for our last 2 packs. Oh, we've got 3 packs. We can go for 3 packs for now. There's no guaranteed legend in here, though. But we have got a legend. Okay. Nothing really to write home about there. Alright, so this is where we're going to see a legend. That is actually really, really good. That has just saved us so many liquid, or so much liquid. That is actually kind of nuts. That is exactly what we wanted. After all of the shit it's been giving us, we're very happy with that. We also got an Aragavi the Eternal Hunter. Now again, this is Abyss. We did just get another Abyss on this account, but we don't have any Medusa on this account. Which means even if we wanted to play Abyss on here, it's going to be really difficult. I think this is usually played as a one-off. So, Premium Featherfall looks cool. I don't really like a lot of the premiums, and I don't get attached to them because I disenchant all of them. Yeah, Major List usually is 1 to 2 Ramia. There. It's, Ramia is, like, cool. I think Ramia is good. I'm very happy I got it. I don't think I need to craft a 3rd. Like, either... I think it'll work with what we've got one way or another. Alright, let's go and take a quick gander. I'm going to liquefy. We're going to auto-liquefy all the guff. Then we're going to manually liquefy all of the big, silly, shiny cards. Because having more liquid is more important than anything else to me right now. Get out of there, Reno. Alright, liquefy. Okay, 9,400. Not actually as much as we were hoping. We were kind of hoping we'd hit 10.5, so we're about 1,000 shy of what we wanted. Seeing 8-game deck lists are updated for JP side of things. 8-game is a really weird website, right? I never know if I trust it. Mono or someone should host a tournament this weekend before everyone has broken decks. But the issue then is just whoever's whaled is just going to win it. It's like Cyclone shared his pool, his legends in my Discord, and he has like I think each of my accounts has somewhere between like 21 and 25 or 24 legends, and like he had like 36 or something, which means like he's clearly spent a load of money like somewhere, or he's got an exceedingly lucky one of those two. Aha, another pack. The Cyclone has no impulse control and spends all his money to skip the grind. Well, that's the thing, because you could just get lucky, right? If you just get like the 100 pack tickets from the hey, Twilight Dragon, from the chest, bam, you're just ahead of everyone else, right? Big tournament on 21st. I think they are raising the cap to 256 players, but I don't know. Yeah, but they already tweeted that. I can go and grab it quick actually, in case anyone is interested. So there's this one. So this is the 256 player tournament that's happening on June 19th. That's today at 11 PM for my time. So tonight / tomorrow, depending on where you are. Alright, so that is all of that done. We just need to win 5 games for that. That one's going to be up in 4 minutes, which is very funny. Talk about another one. Oops, ads. Today, shit. Maybe it's too late for me then. Well, it's not. It doesn't start for another, like, 8 hours. Just simply get the 2.5 million rupees from the event. It makes free-to-play easy. Yeah, just do that. But it's Gengar's one. This is Gengar's one. We'll wait until Hikari comes back from ads. Let me have a look at the details for it quickly.